Welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Essie Gaston Edwards in for Junior Garcia. Here are some of the stories we have for you tonight. Governor submits budget, gas goes up 1 cent, and drag racing returns to the territory. These stories and more up next on News Channel 8.
TV8 News is brought to you by Total Excellium. More protection, more miles. Total, you know where to turn.
In tonight's top story, Governor John P. Young Jr. recently submitted his final budget to the 30th legislature after a publicly announced delay in the budget submission in May.
After notifying the Senate President that we were going to be a little delayed in the submission of the budget for fiscal year 15, I sent it down today to the Senate President as I promised that I would, recognizing, of course, and I hope they also recognize that I'm submitting this budget not knowing exactly where we're going to come out on the fiscal year 14 shortfall with respect to the general fund and some other spending needs that we have to cover, such as with our hospitals and some long past overdue payments to WAPA. But recognizing I had to get the budget down, it was submitted today. And this year's budget comes to a net of about $709 million. And that number is $51 million less than the current fiscal year appropriation level, and it is $21 million less than what we project in terms of allotments this year to the departments of agencies. So essentially what we're doing is that we've developed a budget that basically has no amount of excess in it, and we're at the barest level with respect to having sort of the spending obligations that we do, where even starting out the fiscal year, we're lower than what we are within fiscal year 14. So I'm immediately asking the departments to look at how they're functioning and how we can streamline even further to be able to meet these obligations and our responsibilities to the community. And this is primarily driven by the fact that our revenues have not yet rebounded to where they were historically several years ago for any number of factors that we've discussed before. But we're essentially trying to make this adjustment, recognizing that we've operated for the majority of fiscal year 2014 in an operating deficit, and that's what I'm hoping that we can sort of put that to rest with the current borrowing bill that I've put forth, which will give us the cash resources we need to be able to end this fiscal year in a manner that allows us to pay our obligations.
In other news, Hovensa increased the wholesale price of gasoline by 1 cent yesterday, which means drivers on St. Croix could see a spike in rates at local gas stations. The change will raise the rack rate, the price of fuel purchased wholesale at the Hovensa truck loading station on St. Croix. For premium gasoline by 1 cent per gallon, the price of regular gasoline and diesel fuel did not change. Under today's adjustments, independent gas station operators in the territory now are paying $3.47 per gallon for regular gasoline, $3.69 per gallon for premium gasoline, and $3.45 per gallon for diesel fuel when they buy their fuel wholesale at Hovensa. Those prices include the 14 cents per gallon tax that Hovensa collects for the government. The rack rates influence retail gasoline prices in the territory because independent gas station operators can buy their gasoline at the loading station, then resell it to their customers. The new rates are effective through Sunday. And now here is Ashley Messiah with your weekly Crime Stoppers report.
Good evening, everyone. This is Ashley Massari reporting your weekly Crime Stoppers. Step up. Be a part of the solution. Help make sure that in the U.S. Virgin Islands, no crime goes unsolved. If you know something, say something. St. Croix, burglaries increase as school closes for the summer and as families goes off island for their vacation. Hardworking residents may become victims of burglaries and break-ins. Report any suspicious activities. It is a known fact that police catch burglars when people call 911. Some examples of this, of when to call, are when someone knocks on your door and has no valid reason for being in the area. Note their appearance, then call 911. When you see a suspicious person in front of a housing area using their cell phone, assume that the person is a lookout for the burglary in progress, then call 911. When you see a slow driving suspicious car in your neighborhood with a driver looking around, pay attention to the vehicle type, color, make, and description of the occupants. Then call 911. Lastly, report what you know about perpetrators who have committed burglaries and people or businesses who are buying the stolen goods. St. Thomas, on Tuesday, June 10th at 2:30 a.m., a female caught a ride from an unknown black male in an area unknown to her. The woman was taken to the beach where she was raped by the driver. The victim stated no weapon was used. St. John, police responded to a report of shots fired around 5:15 p.m. on June 9th. The incident took place in Coral Bay in the area of Case by the Sea and Island Blues. A male was shot and transported to the clinic. Please tell police what you know about this incident. Make a difference. Make a call. Make your neighborhood a safer community. Tell us what you know about these or any other crimes at www.crimestoppersUSVI.org or by calling 1-800-222-TIPS. That's 1-800-222-8477. You can also text USVI plus your message to crime at 276437. If your tips leads to an arrest or the recovery of stolen property, illegal drugs, or weapon, you will receive a cash reward to be paid according to your instructions. This is Ashley Messiah reporting your weekly Crime Stoppers for News Channel 8.
Stay tuned for more news after this.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
And now here is Cynthia Graham with your nightly Caribbean report.
Thank you, Essie. Last night, we brought you a story of the Jamaican government's intent to decriminalize the possession of small amounts of marijuana through amendment of the country's Dangerous Drugs Act. Tonight, we go back to Jamaica, where the medical community there is speaking out against Prime Minister Portia Simpson Miller's decision to relax the long-standing law. The Medical Association of Jamaica has warned that the relaxation of the laws will lead to more usage and consequently more mental health problems among the population, especially the youth. As physicians, we have been confronted firsthand with and seen the devastating effects of the misuse of ganja, said Association President Dr. Shane Alexis. Dr. Alexis added that the adverse effects of marijuana include, but are not limited to, addiction, psychiatric disorders, and disruption of neurological development, especially in adolescents. Dr. Alexis and other medical professionals say any future use of medical marijuana in Jamaica must be supported by scientific evidence that has been rigorously tested both locally and internationally and not be based on emotions. In other news tonight, the Scientific Research Center of the University of the West Indies has embarked on a project to install instruments that will improve understanding of the effects of strong earthquakes in the Caribbean. Strong motion networks provide information on how intensely the ground may shake within a particular geographic area for earthquakes above a certain magnitude. This information can then be used by engineers to design or retrofit buildings to withstand earthquakes within these communities. The Seismic Research Center said in a statement, the project has already rolled out in several Caribbean islands. This has been tonight's Caribbean Report. I'm Cynthia Graham. We'll be back tomorrow to bring you more news and views from in and around the Caribbean. Back to you, Essie.
Thank you, Cynthia. The St. Croix campus of the University of the Virgin Islands has extended its deadline for its Summer Bridge program geared toward high school seniors. Channel 8 Cynthia Graham has more. I'm here with Shireen Garcia, Interim Assistant Director of the University of the Virgin Islands Center for Student Success. Mrs. Garcia, the last time you were here, you came to inform the public of a very unique program that's offered to
high school seniors. You're back to talk a little bit more about the program and also to provide some updates.
Thank you, Cynthia, for having me. I am so happy to be back on Channel 8 to promote yet again the Summer Bridge program for the University of the Virgin Islands, Albert A. Sheen campus. Since I've been here last time discussing with the community and discussing with Miss Gaston Edwards about the Summer Bridge program, we have had an overwhelming response from the community. Past Friday, which was June 13th, was a deadline that we set. However, we still have spaces available for our program, and I'm here yet again to continue to recruit, to have the community know that we're still accepting applications for the Summer Bridge program at the University of the Virgin Islands, and that they should take advantage of this very important opportunity.
Thank you. And for students that are interested in applying, what's that process like?
Okay. Well, the process for the Summer Bridge program is just to fill out a simple application. It's one page. A personal statement that is 300 to 500 words, and one letter of recommendation. With that, you will be able to receive acceptance within the program immediately, and orientation is scheduled for Saturday at 5 o'clock, Saturday, June 21st at 5 o'clock at the university. So we're very, very excited about the number of students that we have thus far. We want it to increase. Dr. Hall, Dr. David Hall, the president of the University of the Virgin Islands, and also our provost, Dr. Camille McHale, they're very, very vested into the community. He wants to see the numbers increase. So that's the reason why I'm here being very aggressive in our recruitment efforts to make sure that we fill all the slots. The program is free. It has a registration fee of $25, but it costs the university over $3,000 to provide this program for each individual. So I'm just here yet again to make a plea to the community to please take advantage of this. You know, this is an awesome program. It's a great program, and we're excited. One of the recruits told me last week, since I've been here, she said, Ms. Garcia, I cannot wait to enter into this Summer Bridge program because I'm going to turn up UVI. Well, we are very excited about, you know, that student and every student within the community who's interested in turning up, not just turning up UVI, but turning up their grades, their skills in reading, writing, and math. And that's what that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that they increase their skills so that they can get an opportunity to enter into college immediately into college courses.
One last quick question. So students can access the application online, or do they have to visit the university campus here on St. Croix? How do they get their hands on an actual application?
Okay. Actually, the application is on UVI website. You can put within the search engine, you can type in Summer Bridge application and it will pop right up. Also, you can contact me, Ms. Garcia, at 340-692-4274. I can email you the application if you just call me and tell me you need one. Or you can stop by the university and we will be more than willing to provide one for you.
Well, great. Thank you so much, Mrs. Garcia. And there you have it. This coming Friday, June 20th, the deadline for the University of the Virgin Islands Summer Bridge program. Take advantage of it. Contact Mrs. Garcia at 340-692-4274 for more information. I'm Cynthia Graham, reporting for News Channel 8.
New tonight, the Caribbean Drag Racing Association recently elected new officers and voted in Victor Peterson as its president. Now the organization is on track to make a major comeback in the territory.
Good day, my name is Victor Peterson, and I'm the newly elected president of CDRA, and I'm with my group here to explain to St. Croix that we are planning to take car racing, drag racing to the next level. Like I said, I'm the president, this is my vice president here. We plan to travel international, go to bring places like Miami, St. Kitts, Down Island, all Down Island down to Trinidad, to St. Croix, and make this thing a better event. The drag racing has been stagnant for a while, and we have taken on the responsibility to push this to the next level. You guys know me, I've done dog shows, I've done car races, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for this. My goals and plans are definitely, first one is to bring the fans back to drag racing. You know, we've been out of it. We've been disappointing them for some time. But they could depend on us. They could depend on this group to bring the best in drag racing in the Caribbean. We've already made contacts with, the outer islands, the Down Island Cruise, Antigua. We got links. I mean, St. Thomas on board with us. We got, it was elected. We had votes made, and it was selected by the people, first off, the people to come up with this organization to push drag racing forward. We went the legal route to do it. National Guard is definitely backing us. They have a project working on right now with the educational complex, and they are planning to bring forward an electric drag racing car. I mean, I'm sure that's going to be awesome. National Guard on board, you can't feel, man. I mean, it's for the young generation. It's to bring forth the youth, invest in the youth, using drag racing as a tool,
Good day. I'm Rafi Frontal, newly elected Vice President. Here with the President, Victor, and my board member, Malcolm. Want to just send the word back out that we're here, we're coming back again, drag racing. And we want to get everyone's support, make this the biggest sport on the island again. We have a lot of inter-islands, down islands, that's ready to come here and put up a fight and competition with us. So we're ready for the newly and upcoming drag racing scene that we have set up. So look forward to seeing us out soon and representing for the VA.
More news straight ahead.
This newscast has been sponsored by Mario's Virgin Crystal. Let us save you the hassle of lugging those jugs around. Purified bottled water conveniently delivered to your home or office. Also available in your favorite grocery store. Call 773-2810.
This is News Channel 8. This is News Channel 8.
Finally tonight, here is your Sports 411 update with Stephen Crew Francis, featuring highlights from this past weekend's horse races on St. Croix.
Thanks a lot, Essie. Tonight we bring you the feature race from this past weekend, Father's Day horse racing, where we had a new track record in the 7 furlong in a 3-horse race. The 4, Mr. Gold Prospect out of St. Thomas. The 5, Uptown Anthem. And the 6, Grady Times. Folks, without any further ado, let's go to Rashidi Clemens for the call of the race.
Waiting on the break. Gate, bus, and they're running. Great start for Grady Times. Uptown Anthem was a little slow. And Mr. Gold Prospect is your early trailer as they enter the clubhouse turn. Uptown Anthem is in alongside the rail, dueling with Grady Times. Uptown Anthem now sticks a neck in front. Mr. Gold Prospect is approximately 7 off of your leaders early as they enter the back stretch. They ran it in 23-1. That is Grady Times now putting ahead in front. Uptown Anthem is answering the challenge and now puts ahead in front. They're going back and forth and back and forth. Uptown Anthem now opens up by 1. Grady Times falls back to 2 lengths behind. And Mr. Gold Prospect is in it for recreational purposes only as they prepare to exit the backstretch. That is Uptown Anthem. Run the first half in 46-3, making a laugher of it early. In the middle of the turn, that is Winston Hurst and Uptown Anthem looking good. At the top of the turn, this one is already determined. Uptown Anthem comes down the stretch in his lonesome. Uptown Anthem romping with 1 furlong to go. Right now it's a race against the clock. 1:11 and with a 16 to go. It's a wrap like December 25th. Uptown Anthem wins by 7. 123-4. 123-4 is a new...
Wow, there you have it. Uptown Anthem with a new track record. 123-4. Oh, buddy.
Yeah, I think it was a very good race for Uptown Anthem. I mean, we lost the last time, so I said let me go at 7 furlong. I know he got some speed from last time. He was running some early fraction. I had a little idea that the track record would have been break, but I didn't want to say nothing out publicly, you know what I mean? And he did break the track record, so congratulations to Winton Horse and the team that show Reds, all of them, Pancho, everybody who up point their little hand with Uptown Anthem and Slevin. Slevin take a rest today. We should be out for 4th of July.
Once again, congratulations to James Bobo Bates and Uptown Anthem. Folks, join us tomorrow where we bring you more horse racing highlights. That's a look at your Sports 411 update. I'm Stephen Koo Francis for News Channel 8. Back to you, SC.
The running time of the race.
Your weather report is up next.
Your weather coming up next. Your weather.
And now it's time for your weather report.
Tonight, isolated showers and thunderstorms, partly cloudy during the early evening, then becoming cloudy with a low around 76. East-northeast wind 11 to 13 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. Wednesday, isolated showers, cloudy through mid-morning, then gradually clearing with a high near 88. Heat index values as high as 98. East wind 11 to 14 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 20%. Wednesday night, isolated showers, mostly clear during the early evening, then becoming mostly cloudy with the low around 76. East wind around 16 miles per hour. Chance of precipitation is 10%. This is Cheryl Francis with your Channel 8 News Weather.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook at WSVI-CH8 and follow us on Twitter at WSVI-TV News. And be sure to subscribe to Channel 8 on YouTube at WSVI-TV News Channel 8. Watch us on your computer, plus use the free Dish Anywhere app to DVR or see us anywhere in the world on your tablet or smartphone. And that concludes the news we have for you tonight. From all of us here at News Channel 8, I'm Essie Gaston Edwards. World News is up next. Thank you for joining us, and good night.
TV8 News was brought to you by Total Excellium. More protection, more miles. Total. You know where to turn.